All right, folks, it's about that time. It's about that time. About that time. Here we are, Tuesday, y'all. Dusty's in the dugout. People in the chat room. We're about to go live, baby. We're about to go live. From the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks. From Eve After Dark to concerts in the park. You are live with your boy Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. We do this every Tuesday. Me and my man Dusty Vision talking hip hop, politics, and shit from the niggaverse. It's going down like this, y'all. It's going down like this. Dusty one.
My man Lonzo, what up, dude? The hardest working man in podcasting, dude. The hardest working man I know, period, I think.
Man, you know what? If I ain't working, I ain't doing something right. I hate sitting around the pad doing nothing. Only time I sit around is when I'm tired. If I'm tired, I'll unplug. Oh, shit. If I'm tired, I will unplug like nobody's business, and I'll be like a bump on the log. But when I'm rested up, ready to roll, ain't nothing gonna stop me.
Yep. Love it, man. I love it. A lot to talk about, dude. We gotta just take a trip right to the niggaverse. Lonzo, off top. Big story this week. A rapper is going viral. A rapper by the name of BTB SAVAGE. And he's going viral, unfortunately, because he was an up-and-coming rapper who was tragically killed at a young age. Surprise. We talked about this in the past. But this has a little interesting twist. This is a little more interesting. So give me about 30 seconds to catch everyone up to speed. And try to follow along, guys. I know it's kind of hard keeping up in the niggaverse, but try to follow along. So BTB SAVAGE, Lonzo, did a VLADTV interview on Monday. By Thursday, he was killed in Houston, Texas.
Damn.
Now let's rewind. Let's go back because this story is like a one big soap opera, man. Months back, BTB SAVAGE, the rapper who was just killed, actually killed another man in self-defense. The man invited BTB SAVAGE to the studio to record some music, but ended up setting him up. That didn't go well. BTB SAVAGE got the upper hand, and the dude who tried to rob BTB SAVAGE ends up dead. Now, let's fast forward a few months. VLADTV gets wind of the story and invites BTB SAVAGE on his platform to share with his audience. Now, while the interview is up on VLADTV, BTB SAVAGE notices, Lonzo, that he's getting a lot of attention from the VLADTV interview. So what does he do to capitalize off of his newfound fame? He posts pictures on his Instagram of him at the bloody crime scene where he killed the dude who tried to rob him. Everybody keeping up? I know it's a little twists and turns, but we all keeping up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so keep going. All right, so he's posing. He's taking pictures by the gun holes that were in his apartment. You can see blood splattered.
Go ahead.
Yep, you can see blood splattered in the background. He's showing off his jewelry. Thank you, OG Steve. Good looking out, OG Steve. And he's doing all this at the crime scene. So 2 hours after posting these pictures, Lonzo, he ends up dead in a hail of bullets. 72 shots at the crime scene 2 hours after posting this. Now, people are blaming VLADTV for this. So after hearing all this is the first part of the story because it actually gets a little deeper. What are your general thoughts when you hear this? And then I want to dive a bit deeper into it.
Stupid is the stupid does. If you kill somebody in self-defense, whether they were trying to rob you or whatever, they still got friends and family, fool. They still got friends and family that are in mourning right now. And for you to act like you just shot a wild animal in the damn in the jungle and with your foot on his chest, that's basically what you did. That's basically what you did. You shot the man. You may have got away with the case. It may have been self-defense, but nonetheless, you went and bragged on the shit, man. You dude, you didn't go to jail, but you damn sure went to hell. Marlon Cozy, much love to you, Doc. I see you.
Man, shout out to Marlon Cozy as well. OG Steve, really, really appreciate it.
Must be income tax time. It must be income tax time on the channel.
You're crazy. All right, so here's the second part of the story, Lonzo and chat crew. This is the part where it just gets so dumb. So, all right, before police even had suspects and the general public was even aware of the murder of BTB SAVAGE, Lonzo, another rapper who goes by the name of BJ Goddamn posted on his Instagram, somebody tag Vlad and tell him to hit me up. I want to know when the next BTB SAVAGE interview coming out. Probably never again. So this guy says this, Lonzo, before the cops even announced to the public that there is any suspects or anything. So he basically just snitched on himself by posting that. Well, he's since been arrested, and we know where that's going. Regarding this idiot who posted this, Lonzo, why do you think people in the niggaverse are so quick to throw their whole life away for clout? Because this is what this guy was doing by bragging about killing BTB Savage. Clout.
Because killing is the new way to score street point. Well, I say the new way. It's a way to score street points, and social media is how you get your badges. You know, people think you a kid. People, man, for some reason, motherfuckers want to be known as killers, man. They want to be known as killers, whether it's self-defense or just shooting at ops in the streets. People, youngsters want to be known as killers. Killers is the highest, I guess it's the highest rank in the niggerverse that you can possibly be, to kill another black man, like it's like you're killing a lion in the jungle or an elephant or a giraffe or some shit. And they do it so frequently, and to think that he is because he may have got away with, one guy got away with the murder for in self-defense, but then another guy kills him, and before the police could even announce it or even know what's going on, he calls Vlad and tells him some one of them Batman clues. Okay, that's one of them Batman clues. Why didn't the criminal? So BD, what's his name? BTB Savage have another interview because I killed him. That's basically what you said. That's basically what you said. You know why he won't be doing another interview. There will be no more interviews from BTB Savage because I killed him. Basically what you said. And now you're going to try and fight the case. Okay. Say you didn't do it. Next, they're going to be trying to say, the niggerverse, they're going to be trying to say, you can't use these social media posts against you in court. Motherfucker, stop doing this shit. God damn.
Thank you.
My man, OG Steve, says something that is so smooth. Clout is the new crack. I'm going to put that on the screen right there. Steve, you're going to get credit for that one, baby. Clout is the new crack, folks. All right, and these folks will do anything to get it. Okay, back in the day, you know, you can get a sloppy toppy for $2 in the crack area. Now niggas fuck off their life to get a hit. Okay, I mean, you got these two fools that just got through beating up Tekashi 69 on camera. They crying. They arrested. They crying. Bail $100 grand. These niggas can't get out of jail for shit. They don't need but 10 grand and a house.
And one of their wives put out a GoFundMe, and they made a whopping $10 in the first 24 hours.
Wow. Man,
that's another thing. Why would you beat somebody on camera? And one of the guys spent years in prison on a RICO charge. Like, I would stay nowhere. I wouldn't be nowhere near Tekashi 69 or even beat anybody if I had years in prison already.
Homeboy said what he said. I wanted to be famous. I want to be famous. So if that's what you want, you got fame. We clowning your ass right now. You being famously clowned right about now because your ass decided to beat somebody up. Now, whether he deserved the ass whooping or not, that ain't my call. But he damn sure didn't deserve it on camera. You stupid son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get. I'm about to get that Forrest Gump. Stupid is, the stupid does, and put it on my damn.
Oh man.
Put it on my damn machine over here. Stupid is, the stupid does. Mama says, stupid is, the stupid does. Yes, that's stupid ass shit right there. And then you blame somebody else for your demise. Meanwhile, you told on yourself.
Man, it's crazy. Let's keep it on this BTB Savage thing, Lonzo. Why do you think? Two-part question. Why do you think Vlad gets so much backlash? Because he gets a lot of backlash. And is it Vlad's fault for asking the questions, or is it the interviewee's fault for answering them?
It's the interviewee's fault for answering the questions, man. Look, dude, Vlad he is a journalist or blogger, whatever the case may be. I've been asked all kind of questions about different people in hip-hop. I'm not answering certain shit. I don't need the clout that bad. I don't need nobody looking for me. It's not that serious for me. I'm not trying to impress nobody. The most I do to impress people is make sure my hat is white. I'm not coming on no dirty ass hat, but for the most part of that, I ain't got to impress nobody. But when you have nothing else to offer the world other than some bullshit, and bullshit is pretty popular right now. Bullshit is pretty popular. Bullshit is worth its weight in gold right about now. And that's what it is.
Worth a lot of money. Bullshit is worth a lot of money.
Bullshit worth a lot of money these days, man. And here it is. The part these fools don't understand, the people they're trying to impress don't give a fuck about them. You trying to impress Vlad by saying some stupid ass shit and posting some videos and talking whatever the case may be. Next thing you know, somebody put a hot one in your ass, multiple hot ones in your ass. Then somebody put a hot one in his ass to make sure, and he waiting. Oh man, come on, dude. Come on. You know what? I can't say this shit in no cool hip hop way. I ain't that savvy with the cool hip hop language, but shit, that's some dumbass shit. Okay, that's some dumbass. This whole first 10 minutes of this show has been based on fucking stupidity and ignorance. This whole conversation we having right now is based on stupidity and ignorance. Three brothers have fucked themselves off for whatever. Four brothers. The one that got killed the first time, then the one that shot him, then the one he got killed. Now the one that told on himself, he gonna have problems. The police have picked his ass up. So that's four brothers. That's no use to society anymore. That's four kids don't have fathers. Four more women, four less men. We're gonna have to reproduce our system. Another brother in the penitentiary, 3 in the grave, and Black Lives Matter.
All in one.
Dude.
Man, I love how you break shit down. Lonzo.
That's real talk, Doc. And you wonder why shit is so fucked up. And and everybody thought they were doing something cool. The jacker thought he was doing something cool by robbing the rapper. The rapper shot him and killed him. Now he got his chest stuck out like he's a hunter in the jungle. He goes on VLADTV and talk about what he did to this other brother, at the bloody crime scene, flashing his jewelry, talking shit like he done some major shit. Did this shit to a brother. Now people, he may have gotten away with it in the law, in the legal system, but he still got to pay effort to the streets. That brother still got family, man. He still got people that love him, that obviously loved him a whole lot more than like your ass, took you out, but then he was taken out by a stupid motherfucker that told on himself. Boy, this is some bad shit right here. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, dude.
You can't make a movie about this.
Spielberg, what's his name? Tyler Perry. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this is some niggerverse shit that supersedes motherfucking Star Wars. Okay, Star Wars. Jar Jar Binks, motherfucking R2D2, and a bunch of other dumb motherfuckers. Darth Vader doing some shit to man. Come on, dude. Come on. You got me on some real dumb shit today. I'm sorry, Doc. The niggerverse is in full effect.
Man, off top. Usually I lead you into the dumb shit. I usually prepare you for the dumb shit with some light conversation, but I had to jump right into it, this time around. I see a lot of I see comments in our comment section, and I also have heard this before, and this is maybe an uncommon opinion, but I don't personally believe VLADTV's working with the police. I think a lot of things are coincidence. I mean, talk to me about when you hear people, say that. What do you think, Lonzo?
I think that people don't want to take responsibility for the ignorance that hip hop has festered over the years. Hip hop has created a level.
Blame it on the
white man. Everything. Which is some bullshit. You can blame certain shit. You can bring the influx of drugs in the 80s on the white man, but you can't say he made you sell them motherfuckers. You can't say he made you sell them. They was available. There's a lot of shit that's available that people don't fuck with. Heroin was brought into California. No, heroin was not a big deal in California. No, I don't know no heroin users. Okay, there may have been some popular among certain groups, but for the most part, it did not take off very well in California. On the East Coast, it was popular in the West. In the East Coast. On the West Coast, it wasn't that popular because you got to put a needle in y'all. Nigga, they ain't fucking with that shit. Sherm had this motherfucking run, but it wasn't that popular. Once niggas realized, oh, you're gonna fry some permanent, we're gonna permanently fry some brain cells. I ain't fucking with that shit. And crack came in. That shit came in so good, so strong. It almost sold itself. But again, nobody made you sell that shit. You made a choice. You tried to beat the system. For a while, you got away. But then you got caught. Who you going to get mad at? You know, I was talking to a friend of mine. We were talking about the same situation, man. In the 70s, every black exploitation movie was going after who? The man. Going after the man. The man is bringing drugs to our kids. They're killing our kids. But then when the man became black, the folks that was going after the man started asking the brothers for a job. The same cast that was looking to kill the man, looking for the brother with the sack to get on, so he can put some money in his pocket. It changed everything, dude. It changed everything when they found that folks realize that you put a black face on some negativity, and they'll find a way to make it cool. If white folks were selling dope like some of the dope dealers, if white folks was BMF, okay, man, man, come on, dude. If white folks is BMF, if white folks was any of the big name dope dealers that been around for run around the city for years, motherfuckers would be selling dope like that. Somebody would have came after their ass, but because they was brothers, oh man, they just trying to feed their family at the expense of the whole fucking community. Come on, man, how much food you need?
Damn, bingo. Hologram MC said bingo. Exactly, dude.
How much food do you need? You got, and the cold part about it is, most brothers try to make this shit a fucking career. Selling dope is not a motherfucking career, nigga. It's not a career. I'm not gonna sit and tell you. I'm not telling no man what to do or what not to do. But some shit you can't make it a career. I know some brothers from some guys from another persuasion did some dumb shit, did some risky shit, hit a lick, and was in and out. Got a legitimate business.
In and out, invested that shit, and now they're legit. They're
good. Hey. They would, and then they damn sure didn't tell somebody, yeah, I did it. I'm gonna buy a plane and I'm going to Cuba, I'm in Colombia, and get a ton of this shit to come back and sell. I'm going to Mexico, pick up some shit to come back. I had a friend of mine. I tell this story. It's a true story. He was a pilot. His dad was a pilot. Taught him how to fly. He stole his daddy's plane one weekend, flew out of Mexico, came back with a bunch of weed. Him and his buddies flipped the weed and was done. Daddy put the plane back in the hangar. Daddy never knew the difference. Okay. I don't know the brothers with no airplanes, but yeah, but bullshit. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do now. But they passed all that shit. They passed all that shit. So yeah.
Man, Stem Radio cracked me up. He says you guys should make a movie called Masters of the Niggaverse. Nutsack and ass crack are gonna be the stars of that. Definitely.
Damn.
I love that Masters of the Niggaverse.
I love that shit.
We might have to do like a skit or something, even if it's like a 2-minute. Remember, like John London and the house party used to do with
crackhead
or something like that, or whatever that was.
Little crackhead. You remember? They came up to his ass big time.
Hey, tell me about that. I remember that, but I was kind of too young to really understand it.
That was back when the beat 92.3. The beat was the shit. Theo was the hottest person on the radio, and John London had a radio show. And they had this skit they did every morning or every other morning called Little Crackhead. It was about a little baby who was born on crack, and he would talk real fast and do all kind of fucked up shit on crack. Man, I know my partner Omar, the mayor of Compton, they came on his ass. They shut that motherfucker down. They shut him. And see, this is what I'm saying. White folks do some shit, he get his ass shut down. Brothers do some shit, motherfuckers, he get a.
If Ricky Smiley did that, it would be okay.
You get an image award, man. You get an NAACP image award. No shit.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and sometimes it ain't what's being said. It's all about who says it. Yeah, Masters of the Niggaverse. I love that shit right there.
Man, I'm telling that made my night, man. I'm gonna start
write that shit down.
For sure. Hell yeah, Masters of the Niggaverse. Have an intro and everything.
Masters of the Niggaverse. Pow, 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 pow.
Oh shit. Hey, you know what? Before we move on from this BTB Savage thing, one part that I left out that OG Steve reminded me of, Lonzo. Now, in hindsight, we got a couple dead people. We got people in jail right now. BTB Savage, when they broke into his house, or not when they broke into his house, I'm sorry, when they set him up while he was at the studio, he wasn't even the one that killed the man, Lonzo. It was his girl that was there with him. His girl actually pulled the trigger and ended up ending homeboy's life. I totally forgot about that part. So he's over here bragging about something that he literally didn't pull the trigger. His girl pulled the trigger.
Man, see,
this is a whole. Isn't this a whole? This is a nigga verse like.
That's some nigga verse shit. Oh baby, let me take that kill. Let me take that kill, baby. I got that kill. Homegirl probably scared, crying like a motherfucker. She didn't kill the man. And this nigga out there acting like he didn't kill the wild animal on the fucking safari or some shit. Meanwhile, they took his ass out. Come on, man. You didn't have to ride that beef. You jumped on that beef. You jumped on that goddamn beef for no reason. You jumped on that, man. That wasn't even it barely only thing that involves you was your house and your girl. Not and 9 times out of 10, if somebody from their brother that cared about him, they know he probably was a fucked up dude. Okay, I don't know him. I don't know who it was, but he done shit like this before, and somebody probably would have said, "That's what a nigga get." I told a nigga about doing shit like that. You went in somebody's house while somebody was home, and somebody got you. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying don't do that shit without expecting some consequences.
Yep.
Don't do shit like that. Yeah. Consequences, baby.
Yep. And there were times where cops will pull up and there'd be 3 shell casings, 6 shell casings, 12 shell casings, 72 shell casings at the crime scene. Lonzo, are you familiar with switches? These switches that these kids are using?
No, what's that?
Guns?
What's
okay, that? let me hip you to something. This is why so many bullets are just getting shot at such an amount of time. I don't know if you've seen some of these guns they have, but it's they look like something out of a Terminator movie with the long magazines and everything, but they can let off 50, 60, 70 shots in 10 seconds, Lonzo. And it's a little attachment that you put onto the weapon, and it automatically turns it into an automatic weapon with the push of a button.
So is it a pistol or is it a rifle?
The switch.
The switch?
No, you put it on a pistol. You put it on a pistol. Exactly. It's called a switch.
Okay.
It's called a switch, and you put it on. You attach it to your weapon. It's a little small thing, and if you get caught in California with one, it's 10 years mandatory off top. Like they don't play with this switch of shit. Chicago, which has the highest rate of switch use, is also the same way. If you get caught with one, it's like a mandatory 10 years or something like that. But that's how we're seeing a lot of these, a lot of bullets at crime scenes. That's really scary, dude.
And I was just talking to my buddy just Saturday on a hip hop praise walk. He's a shooter. He said, "Man, the price of bullets went up so damn high. He don't really shoot as much as he used to. Used to be 30 cents a bullet. Now it's $1 a bullet.
$1 something a bullet, yeah.
$1 some change a bullet. Okay." So like Chris Rock said back in the day, you want to stop gang banging and make bullets $5 a piece. The motherfuckers on their way. Shit.
Smartest thing Chris Rock ever. That was so smart when he said that.
You make bullets $5 a piece. Motherfuckers will think about that, go back and get them reloads and shit. But yeah, man, no, dude, I'm sorry, dude. That's I'm sorry for everybody in niggaverse. I'm sorry about your loved ones. But god damn, niggas is stupid.
Damn. All right, here's another one, Lonzo. We're gonna take it to another level, man. I might hurt your head with the niggaverse stuff this week, but a rapper by the name, and this is along the lines of bragging about doing stuff. Homeboy bragging about shoot all this. This is along the same lines. A rapper by the name of AP Danku, who was recently shot by one of his ops. AP Danku actually decided to release a diss track while he was recovering from being shot, and it's called "I'm Still Alive." And I'm just going to play about 30 seconds of this for you, Lonzo. And it's quite possibly the worst diss song I've ever heard. But he's literally bragging about surviving a shot. He has his family in the back. I'm looking at a 2-year-old kid. I'm looking at a little 7-year-old. And this dude puts out a song called "I'm Still Alive." Let's give it a listen. You're welcome, because you're probably gonna be saying that, unfortunately,
that's
all night. I'm still alive, Lonzo. Talk to me, dude.
First of all,
you started hip hop. You were one of the founders of hip hop.
First of all, the nigga stole part of Run DMC's beat. That ain't never goddamn war going on across the sea. Exactly. That's all that nigga did. And he whack as fuck. Okay, he whack as fuck. God damn, he should. You think nigga got shot? He would at least have some kind, maybe induce some rhythm in his ass. That motherfucker is all fucked up. He got the lyrical skills of a 3-year-old, and I don't know, man. Nah, dude. You know, that's just some antagonizing shit. That motherfucker make another record. I got your ass. I got your ass. I got your ass. Okay, talking that shit, but I got your ass. I may have missed. You shouldn't have dissed. I got your ass. I got your ass. Man, come on, man. Yeah, Lil Nutsack and my man, Lil Nutsack and He-Man in the house, folks. Lil Nutsack is big Nutsack. Man, come on, dude. We here, Doc. We here.
Yeah, man.
Man,
that's rough, dude. All right, let's kind of transition into this. We'll kind of get off that, but we talked about Vlad in the past. Good looking out, Rashard Cobb. He says, shout out Lonzo and Dusty. Just want to know, Lonzo, what went behind making the song We Don't Want to Sit Down? Dusty, keep up with those classic mixes. Every Saturday, Dusty Vision TV got a mix good for you, 8 p.m. Pacific. Talk to him, Lonzo, about what did he say about we don't want to sit down.
Now that motherfucker, I borrowed that from Brick. That's on the Brick album. Same album with Duzik and Daz. It's one of my favorite songs, and I just wanted to redo it, man, the best way I possibly could. And that's what we did. We borrowed that shit and threw some shit on it and did it our way. I tell you what, that motherfucker was hard to perform back in the day, though, boy. Woo!
I know.
Cause I'm trying to do the moves, right? First of all, I'm a younger Lonzo, and I squat down. We don't want to sit down. We want to get down. We pop back up. We don't want to sit down. We want to get up. Nigga, I'm doing burpees. I'm doing goddamn burpees. Okay, I'm just shy of burpees on stage. Man, I did that shit in a show one time. That shit wore my ass out. By the time I got to the verse, I was tired of the motherfucker. I took it out of my show real quick. But much love, folks. Hilarious. That's true shit. That's real shit. That's real shit.
You know what? I love hearing your story, especially when it pertains to hip hop. Let's talk about it. We were gonna do this in the past, but we never really did. But I want to talk about some of your album covers. I know we had one few years back where we talked about each one for maybe 10 seconds or something like that. But you had some pretty infamous, dope album covers. Tell us first of all, what went into making an album cover from start to finish? Because I know it wasn't as easy as it is today.
We had to hire a photographer, set a date, and then we go shopping for our costumes. Contrary to everybody's belief, I ain't made nobody wear shit. Every costume they wore in World Class Wrecking Crew was by choice. All my shit was custom made, except for my silver suit. All my suits were custom made. I had a buddy of mine downtown, Taylor Mike. Taylor Mike is in Vegas right now. Taylor Mike, we could do all my suits. I got a burgundy suit with LA lines on it. If you look see a video, I'm hosting the show wearing that burgundy suit. Burgundy is my favorite color. Then the black tuxedo suit I wore on World Class, that's tailor made. And then when we got to CBS, they gave us a little budget for clothes, and they kind of rushed it. So we went down to Santa Monica Boulevard and bought some rock and roll wear, man. That shit was from rock and roll. Like I said, nobody ever, I have never, ever, I may have suggested some shit. I ain't made nobody put a gun in nobody's head and say, you got to wear this, nigga, put this on. Nope, they don't do that shit. You do the photo shoot, then you got to wait for a couple of days for film to get developed. And then you got to go down and get one of them eyeglasses, them eyepieces, and look at each and every picture and mark which ones are your favorite. Then you got to let everybody else see which ones they like to make sure they look good. That's not just my choice. So once they do that, then you got to do all the fucking once you pick the picture, you got to go to the back of the album and start doing your credits. No matter how many people you put on your credits, you always forget somebody. Give a damn how many people you love, you think you're gonna remember, you're gonna forget somebody. And you give everybody credits from the album, all the producers, the studios, all your loved ones. And four of us got different loved ones. And it just made for a tedious experience. You gotta check for spell checking and misspell words. Niggas ain't the best. Niggas ain't won no spelling bees nowhere. And so then that goes to the printer. The printer sends that out to get the color plates made. We're talking about a 3 or 4 week process just to get the jacket made. That's just a jacket. Then once you get them, you got to get a proof. Once you get the proof,
Then you got to approve it or not approve it. And once it's approved, they make all the plates and they send it to the jacket place. With the jacket place nearest one was in Canada. For us, I forgot what it was called, but it was in Canada, and they made all the jackets for all our shit. And that's why a lot of my records had my own crew cut 12-inch. We had most of the labels. Oh, sorry, we back up. When I made Slice, Surgery, Juice, House Calls, we were selling a lot of records, and we wouldn't put them out as fast. So we had time. If you notice, all those records are basically one color. It's one color on a white jacket. That's done in a matter of days. But when you start adding color, it takes a whole lot more. By the time we got to the remixes and some other things, the time other people start making more records and it start taking more and more time. So it was cheaper for me to just have a generic jacket made for crew cut records. That's the one you see with the star on it. And I'd get 5,000-10,000 of those made, and whatever I'm selling, any 12 inches I'm selling, I just put them in that. We ain't got to worry about getting no more jackets made. But yeah, that's how this shit was done, dude. It was and then if you had to do a jacket, a 12-inch jacket, if Daryl Davis had to do the shit, like Daryl Davis, I'm looking at my wall right now, House Call, Z-Rock, House Fly, World Class, all that shit was done by Daryl Davis, and he might take 2 or 3 weeks to do that shit. So, yeah. So yeah, and then like my man, who this right here? Who said they like
Rashard? Turn off the lights in the fast lane cover with some G shit.
That right there, my partner Adrian Gregory. Shout out to Adrian.
Let me break it down. I'm looking at it right now before you talk about it. It says so. It looks like you're on top of a hill somewhere. You're sitting on the hood of a fly ass car. You're in like a bluish purple kind of suit with a hat. You got the gold chain. You got the black gloves, the pimp shoes. Looks like you're overlooking the city. Talk to us about the Turn Off the Lights in the Fast Lane album cover.
I'm on Mulholland Drive. My partner Fila Al. Shout out Fila Al. I'm sitting in front of his limousine. That was our Thursday night pimping car. I tell you about that. Adrian Gregory who was Tupac's manager. Shout out to Adrian. Talked to him this morning. He shot the picture for me. I was having a bad hair day. I had I don't know what it was, but my Jerry curl was not luxurious that particular time. Somebody else did my hair. That's what it was. Somebody else did my hair and they didn't do it right. And that shit was dry as a motherfucker. I had to wear a hat for the first time. But because it was dark, you can't see it that bad. They cut it, it made it shaped it up real well. And I put on my gloves and got me a brick phone, sit on the hood of the car. And I was actually going for the pimpish type look at that point in time. I figured some point in time, with all this debauchery being popular in hip hop, somebody gonna start talking about some pimp shit. Now I never was no pimp, but I always been somewhat of a player. And that was my movement as a player to a player of hip hop. And the album did all right, but it came with so many problems. I just no, left it alone.
Okay. Well, now you got to tell us more about the Thursday night pimp card.
Man, Thursday night pimp car. My boy Fila Al had a nice ass Cadillac limousine. Fila Al and Johnny J. Johnny J, rest in peace, Johnny J. We used to all hang out together.
Oh man, all right.
We'd all hang out together. Fila Al had the limo. He claimed he wasn't in the drug business, but I don't know. I never saw nothing, but that nigga always had a wad of money. Anyway, we would go up to the spot on Santa Monica Boulevard. It was called Paradise. It's a big ass club, biggest club in the city. It was a big ass warehouse with, must have had 200 speakers in this motherfucker. On the weekend, it was a gay club, but on Thursday nights, it was a black club. And at Paradise, everybody was there. Eddie Murphy, Prince, Morris Day, Rick James. Everybody would go to Paradise on Thursday nights. And you had to be in the mix or look like he was in the mix. You can get in, but you didn't want to just be there, because if you can't really compete, you're just gonna be parking lot pimping. Chicks are waiting for Eddie Murphy or whoever's gonna show up. So my boy had the limo. I got a couple of records. Shit, I'm playing the role. I'm playing the role. All right. get out, open the door, the whole 9 yards, walk in the club, coat on, whatever I'm wearing, and we playing. You know, that was our thing. And then when the club let out, he always got a good parking spot. And shit, we sit. Oh man, I got Lonzo Williams in the car, world class record. My shit was hot, so women knew who the fuck I was. So needless to say, we had fun. I never forget one night, boy. One night we had a whole carload of women came back to the house, and KlLLED's girl, she didn't take no shit. She was one of them chicks with the bangle earrings and the basket weave on the side of her head with the biker shorts from Compton. She didn't take no shit, okay? And we had a good time at my house, came back to the pad, had a party, and KlLLED fucked around there and fell asleep. That nigga people got to beeping. He left out the house with it, just like in the movie. Nigga had his shoes in his hands, his shirt in his hands. The limousine turned my street where I live at is a real funny ass street. When the nigga hit the coat of the limo was on 2 motherfucking wheels, boy. I had to take everybody home in my BMW. I had to take everybody home. His girls, my girls, Johnny, what's my other partner, man. It was I had about 7 people I had to take home, stuff in the limousine and start dropping niggas off at 8 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, that was some real Paradise 24. Yes, sir, D-Calls. Paradise 24. That was one of my spots. I never forget. Eddie, I went to another club in Hollywood. It wasn't there. It was Club Chamonix. And I'm there with my girl. And she was looking good that night. And Eddie Murphy tried to hit on my girl. I'm like, nigga, this is before 48 hours. He was filming this shit or whatever, but it wasn't out yet. Okay. And nigga, I know you funny, but nigga, it's like it was just like a scene with Creed. You know, the local nigga is the shit, but Creed ain't came up yet. So homeboy, like, nigga, fuck you are. I'm still just, the guy won't leave after dark, motherfucker. Eddie, you ain't that funny yet. Okay. He tried to push up for one of my girls. It was a little staring going down, nigga. All right. He came in one of them bodyguards. I didn't stay too long, but nigga, shit. Come on, baby, let's go. That's real shit.
Hilarious. You know what? KlLLED, that's a name that doesn't get talked about much. He was on N.W.A.'s first album. I do know that, on N.W.A. and the Posse. He was mentioned on the back. I don't know what song he was on. Yep. He was mentioned in Candyman's famous song, "Ooh, boy, I love you so. Never, ever, ever." He said something like, KlLLED and reply. You took the question, we do the reply. So KlLLED has been around, from the beginning of hip-hop. Talk to us about KlLLED, what you remember about him and how he was involved in the early stages of West Coast hip-hop.
KlLLED was my homie. He was one of them brothers. He was just, he wanted to be in the record game. He had a label, and he was half DJ, half limousine driver, had other business interests, and he just was one of them brothers that was in the game. Shit, he did. Hold on, I'm gonna get him on the phone right quick. I'm calling his ass right now.
Yeah, there we go.
See if he answered the phone.
What's that, Lonzo?
KlLLED, what's up, baby?
What's up with you, bro?
Man, you are live on the air with your boy Lonzo. You on my podcast. You don't mind, do you?
No, I don't mind.
We was talking about the Paradise 24 days. I dropped your name, and my boy said, "Man, tell me about KlLLED?" I said, "KlLLED, I'll tell you about himself." Shit, here he is right here. KlLLED, meet my man Dusty.
Nice
What's up, Dusty?
What's up, man? Nice to meet you, man. Yeah, we've always heard your name. We've seen your name on the N.W.A. and the Posse album. We know you're involved with that. We've heard you in Candyman song. We've heard, you mentioned in that famous song. Tell us about your beginnings and how you were involved in early West Coast hip hop.
Man, I watched it. I'm gonna tell you how I really got involved with the West Coast hip hop scene. I had a Cuban homeboy. by the name of Cuban Joe, who was trying to be a promoter, and he was doing a couple of shows, and he booked a show. He done a deal with Lonzo, matter of fact, and then Lonzo had hooked up, and brought Tidy T and Mixmaster Spade to do a show in London. And at that time, I was just I was like a street neighborhood DJ / rapper in the community. I was one of the, I ain't gonna say I was the godfather of the hip hop or none of that, but right after Lonzo and all them was doing their thing, I was DJing and I couldn't sell tapes. People didn't want to buy my mixtapes, even though I was a good DJ. They wouldn't buy my mixtapes because I wasn't rapping on them. And, you know, one cat said, man, you gotta listen to this guy here, Mixmaster Spade and Tidy T. These guys, like, you know, you rap like they rap, then you'll buy your tapes. So I started rapping on tapes. And then that's when my Cuban homeboy, when I met him, he started buying tapes from me. And then he was doing something with Lonzo. And he invited me out and wanted me to meet Lonzo. He was like, man, Lonzo's a cool dude. I want you to meet him. So I said, all right. So I went and met with Lonzo. And when I met Lonzo, me and Lonzo hooked up and done a deal. Lonzo was like, man, I run the Eve After Dark and I do this and this and that. And I was like, yeah, man, I say, man, I'll be trying to, you know, I DJ and stuff and I want to do some things. So me and Lonzo hooked up and we was doing an 18-year-old night at the Eve After Dark one night. I came with my DJ equipment. I came with some lights, some speakers and all that. And then it just happened so funny. I sold Lonzo some equipment. I sold him some lights and stuff. I had some lights and shit. So I sold him lights. Then after a while, we done some more business because we did a trade. He was like, man, I got some studio time. And I was doing the raps where I was competing with Tidy T and Mixmaster Spade. So after that, I hooked up with Lonzo. He gave me some studio time. So there, he introduced me to Dr. Dre. He was like, yeah, Dre works for me. And so Dre is he's gonna do what you need him to do. So all right, me and Dre started vibing. Dre did he did about 10 beats for me. And I did the music, I was rapping. And at this time, there was no N.W.A. N.W.A. was not out yet. You know what I'm saying? Easy, it did Boys in the Hood. That was just coming out. Did Boys in the Hood. But so at that time, I was in there doing my drug raps. So Dre, he liked what I was doing. So the next day, when I left, I came back. Dre hollered at me, say, look here. He said, look here, Feeling. He said, man, I let Easy and all them and Ice Cube hear your music. Because when I was leaving, Ice Cube man was coming. So I met them and I left. And the next day when I came, he told me how he let them hear my music. And they liked it. And then he said, oh, Ice Cube can write Dope Man. You know, and so then that's where Ice Cube started. Ice Cube switched the style up and started writing drug raps. When he wrote Dope Man after he heard my stuff. And so then that's the reason why N.W.A. mentions me on their album. When you see VLADTV on that album, that's why they mention me, because Ice Cube then heard my stuff and then Ice Cube switched up and he wrote Dope Man. So then the next day when I came in there, and Dre told me that, and then we were still doing something. And even, you know what though? And that's a trip, because before I did that with Dre, I did something with Lonzo first. Me, Lonzo, and the Uzi Brothers. We did an R&B song. We did an R&B song for my artist named D. Ross. It was called You're Hot. Yeah, it was called You're Hot. I did that with Lonzo and the Uzi Brothers. That was my first introduction to me wanting to do my own record label. Because I was like, I don't want to be a rapper. I want to have my own label. Shit, I'm a boss. I ain't tripping on no damn rapper. You know, so that was my thing. So me and Lonzo did that Uzi Brothers project. And then after we did the Uzi Brothers project, I still did the stuff that I did with Dre. And then after that, me and Dre, we was talking, because like, once again, I was like, man, I got my own label. I ain't trying to, you know, do this rap shit. But I told Dre I got another artist named Randy Mack, King Quality Randy Mack. And I brought him to the studio. So Dre was doing music to him. And every day Dre would do music. He he could never finish a project with Randy Mac because every day Randy come in, he got a whole new song. He was writing songs just that every day. He didn't finish the last one. He ready to do another one. So Dre was like, Randy Mac ain't serious about this rap stuff, man. So, you know, if you want, yeah, I can get you some rappers. We can have auditions. I was like, all right, well, let's do some auditions. So that's where we at Lonzo House. Lonzo House was my second home down there. When I had the limousine and shit, me and Lonzo used to go to Paradise Suite all the time.
Thursday night Pimpa.
Yeah.
We did have a ball. I done told him the story already, goddamn it.
Oh, you told him about that?
I done told him about you didn't even hit your goddamn shoes in your hand. The limousine on 2 wheels hit the corner. Then nigga would lean in.
Yeah, that was a trip though. But yeah, man, and so anyway, when after that, Dre had auditions and that's where Candyman and TNT came into the picture at, because they was a group called the Busy Boy Posse. So I signed them on our label, King Quality Records, as a group. But then they broke up. Shit, 2 days later. You know what I'm saying? And so I told Candyman, let's do this. I'll still work with you. So we go back to Dre, and Dre started working on Candyman. We did like 3 songs, and in the mix of the 3 songs, N.W.A. had started popping. They got a deal, and they was going to take off. So Dre didn't have time. He was like, "Look, man, I got to focus on N.W.A. now. It really is Eazy-E's out. He said, I got to focus on this, and I ain't got time for you guys." So luckily, I was cool with Ice-T and Islam. I'm a member of Rhyme Syndicate and all that. Islam owed me some money too. So me and Islam hooked up. I sold him some equipment one day. I had a lot of equipment, dude.
Did you sell him? Did you sell him my SP1200 drum machine case?
Nope.
How did you get that motherfucker?
I don't know how he got that. I sold him a 4-track.
Okay.
I bought the 12-track from you.
Right.
I bought that 12-track from you. I sold him a 4-track. You remember DJ Black? Right. DJ Black, I bought some turntables and shit from DJ Black. That was my partner when he used to work at the fish market. Okay. When he first came to LA. He used to work at the fish market on Avalon. Come and get it, fresh fish. To his daddy-in-law's shop. But yeah, so that's and so we went to Lonzo. We went to After Islam and we did Money Talks. That was the first single I did on Candyman, Money Talks. And I said we used Ice-T studio time. That's why if you look on that album when I did that Money Talk, I said Ice-T co-produced it because he let me. I used the studio time because Islam made me some money. And then from there,
when did Johnny J come in the picture?
Johnny J, okay, that's on the tape. From there, after we did the Candyman single, TNT came to me and said, "KlLLED, man, you know I don't mess with Candyman no more, but you still want to fuck with me?" I was like, "Yeah, bro, I told you I like your style, so come on, I'll put you out as well." So I took him and put him in the studio. I said, "Well, what you got first?" I said, "Bring something to me." And that's when he brought Johnny J. What he did is he brought a song. And when I heard the song, the production was so fucking tight. I was like, man, who did the fucking music? I don't give a fuck about this rap. Who did the music? He showed Johnny J. I said, bring him to me. So he brought Johnny J to me. And I met Johnny J. And Johnny J had a DX drum machine that he had in a suitcase. I was like, okay, bro, come on here. And I'm gonna fuck with you. We're gonna do some work, and then we started doing music together. And then I went to New York, and I came back from New York, and I bought the SB1200. That's when it just came out. I bought the SB1200, and I showed Johnny how to work and say, "Here, dude, they can learn this machine and enjoy it." And he mastered that motherfucker, dude. And we did Big Sykes' first album. Big Sykes' first album. Yeah, Evil Mind Gangster. That was Big Sykes' first album before he even, he knew who he was. We did that. We did Evil Mind Gangster. I still got a bunch of them cassettes. That's a trip. And we did Big Sykes. Then we did a bunch of other shit. And then I got a deal with fucking got a deal with what's that motherfucking name?
Wacola?
Don McMillan.
Don
No,
McMillan.
no, Don McMillan. Man. Got a deal with Don McMillan, and then he hooked me up with another label, and then I put out. Then we put out the Candyman shit, the TNT shit. Then we got to deal with that bitch. You know what I'm saying? We could have did so much more though with that. But Johnny, he got big headed. He don't really want to work with no other artists. For instance, Bonnie wanted to do shit with him. I was trying to get him to do shit with Ice-T. He didn't want to do shit with Ice-T in the beginning. He was like, I just want to focus on this Candyman shit. Man, fuck all that, bro. You need to do, grow wide and expand and do more. But he just wouldn't listen until it was too fucking late for him, dumbass.
Wow. All right. So y'all just heard from his mouth himself, my man, Fela Al. You all right, dude? Everything good with you?
You know I'm always good, bro.
Man, I know you out there in the valley, Apple Valley. Go ahead.
Watch this. I'm gonna tell you the next thing to go check out. My son, his name is Berto the Mobster. Right now, he's up and coming. He's doing his little thing.
Berto the Mobster.
Yeah, Berto the Mobster. He just came back from doing his show in Japan.
He's doing his thing. Out real quick. Spell the first name out real quick so we can give him some love.
Berto.
Berto the Mobster.
Berto
Got you.
The Monster. Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm literally looking him up right now. Berto the Mobster. I'm gonna add him and we'll show him some love on my show because I do a lot of hip hop, underground hip hop on my show as well.
Okay. Well, yeah. And then,
cool.
And then you can dig up my other label. I still got a label.
Right here,
bro.
There we go. Got him. Right now on Instagram. Perfect. Hey, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, Lonzo, we got to get him on the show because I know we just hit the tip of the iceberg.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Let's do that. You want to see?
All right, I'll call you back. We'll do an interview with you, Doc.
All right. That's what's up.
All right. Much love, man.
Thank you, man.
Stay strong. All right. Peace.
As always.
All right. I love this show. That's why I love this. Man, I'm the biggest hip hop nerd, Lonzo, and that's why I love this show because you're not going to hear that on anybody else's show. You're not going to press call and somebody who started this shit is going to answer. That's why you're the fucking legend, dude.
That's why I'm the Godfather. Motherfuckers, niggas talk that shit about me hating. I couldn't be a hater if niggas still love me 40 years later, man.
Isn't that crazy, man? I get so I try not to.
I can't be a hater, dude.
Comments. Oh man, I see some of these comments in the comment section sometime, and I just have to say something like, you just don't know who the fuck you're dealing with. This guy, Lonzo, man, you had your hands on everything, dude.
I got into a debate with somebody online a couple of weeks ago, man. They're gonna tell me about Eazy-E, how I hated him, or I was bitter, dude. I'm not bitter.
I saw that. I'm like, come on,
dude.
Dog.
Come on, man. Look, you know what? Here's what people don't understand. When you know somebody before they were famous, and you know them when they're not around their people, when you come to they come to your house and sit in your couch and sit at your dining room table, and we sit there eating chicken and eating church's chicken or we like Golden Bird. We eat Golden Bird chicken, eat them goddamn potato pies and shit. Yeah, we had yeah.
Ooh, I used to love them.
And we go to Golden Bird, man, or Popeyes or whatever. They sit and eat chicken and talk shit and be laughing at shit, man. And you know the person, them after they got famous. With me, they could take their mask off. They could take their motherfucking, they take their shoes off in my house. Shit, niggas, my house got DNA all over this motherfucker. Okay, I need to get it sanitized like a fucking COVID room or some shit. But nonetheless, it's amazing that people who weren't, in some cases, weren't even born yet, will argue with you and tell you how you feel about something. Okay.
Crazy.
How you gonna tell me how I feel about some shit like that? That I did say something a couple of shows ago. I saw an interview how Eazy was a genius, and Eazy was a smart brother, no doubt about it. But he got misled. I'm gonna say that he got misled when it came to choosing, trying to make Dre a employee, making Cuba employee as opposed to partners they should have been. He probably got pumped up. Because usually in the old rock and roll and old R&B world, everybody goes with the lead singers. In the old rock and roll, in the old R&B role, and even today, you have a group and everybody starts blowing up, and one person in that group usually rises above everybody else, and all of a sudden you don't need the other three motherfuckers. Ask Destiny's Child, ask the Jacksons, ask everybody. Okay, it happens. Okay,
Beatles, yeah.
Bobby, all the New Edition and broke off, did their own thing, and then they came back. In Vogue, same thing. They all broke off, did their own thing, and came back. But the difference is they still had access to the people that was the production team that made them who they were. And when Cube left, yes, DOC was a good writer. Ren was a good writer, but he wasn't Cube. Okay,
correct.
He wasn't Cube. Yes, other producers can produce. They weren't Dre. They knew Easy backwards and forwards. And most of Easy's records, I don't think the Compton real Compton G's was all right, but it wasn't Boys in the Hood. It wasn't Niggas for Life. It wasn't. Okay. Yes, there were other producers that came to Ruthless and did good things at Ruthless. The Bone Thugs and Yella did some good stuff, but it wasn't the same thing. And this person was trying to tell me, "Oh, you're just bitter." No, dude. I just sit back in a rocking chair and watch this shit for 30 years unfold, man. I knew the players. I knew the players like nobody else does. I knew all the players, not just some of them. And I made decisions based on what I knew and what I felt. I didn't want to be a part of that. That's my decision. Okay. No, I ain't got $100 million, and no, I ain't never been homeless. Okay. I'm not a billionaire. I ain't never been homeless. I've always learned how to maintain. All right. It is what it is. Yeah. And at 65 years old, being able to go where I want to go, do what I do, have the impact still be relevant, I'm happy as fuck. Okay. Yes, I can use some more money. No, please drop it in the chat room. I can use some more money, but damn it, it ain't because I fucked mine off or did something stupid. I still get royalties. I still do live a pretty comfortable life just on doing what I do. All right. I'm not balling out of control like Cube, not balling out of control like Dre, but I still do what I do, and I can still look everybody in the face every Tuesday with my man Dusty and not tell no fucking lie. People still answer my goddamn phone calls. It is what it is, folks, and that's important. I don't live for nobody else, man. I never have. I don't. If I don't feel comfortable doing something or saying something, I don't do it. I ain't got to lie to kick it. Okay. I ain't got to lie to kick it. And most people, anybody knows me, know that's how I've always rolled like that. I don't care what you're paying. Certain shit I ain't gonna do.
Yeah, there it is. That's why I respect you to the fullest, dude.
I'm old school. Certain shit I ain't gonna do. All right. Oh yeah,
show, man.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you. Something, and I did a commencement speech the other day at Job Corps. They had me. In fact, it was really a pleasure how I got chosen to do it. They had a city council person scheduled to do the commencement speech, and they was like, I said I was did some talking to front of the some people that do the book, and they was like, forget her, we want him. And I was able to impact some youngsters' lives, and people were taking pictures for me for their dads and moms, or whatever the case may be. But I tried to write a speech, and I've been a Toastmaster for years. I have never written a speech down completely. I usually make notes, and then I roll from there. And I find, even as a DJ, I can't go into a party with a pre-recorded mix. And to do a speech that's pre-recorded or to do a show that's pre-planned, I have some ideas what I want to do, but my best shows are the ones that are impromptu. Feel out, let me call the nigga, see what's happening. DJ, yeah, let me see what's happening with the nigga, okay? And that's just how I always roll on an impromptu, spur of the moment, off the cuff situation. And that's how I DJ, that's how I speak, that's how I live, folks. You're live with Lonzo.
Always a pleasure, my man. Always a pleasure. Before we go, I'm going to ask everybody to follow my second channel, which I've been commenting on the past couple of weeks. I'm just trying to grow this channel, Dusty Vision Radio. I'm at like 2,100 subscribers, so you can just keep me going. I would really, really appreciate it. I also want to drop a little bit of game before we bounce out of here, Alonzo, if you don't mind. Just like the 20 seconds, if you can give me 20 seconds to everybody out there. I know this may sound cliche, man, but hug the person you love. If you have a mom, give her a hug. If you have a dad, call him, tell him you love him. I've been losing a lot of people around me lately, man, and it's really starting to feel scary, bro. And I know as you get older, Lonzo, you experience it a lot more. But I just want to drop it on you guys, man. Not to get too sentimental, but if you have somebody you love, man, definitely tell them. Real talk. And
You know
I love
what?
you, Lonzo.
I love you too, Dusty. I love my chat room, man. Real talk. Look here, I'm gonna say something. It's I have a thing I do right now, and it's a true story, true fucking story. One time I was the president of of my Toastmasters club, and I was asked, "Hey man, we ain't seen so and so in a while. Would you check on him?" I said, "Cool, no problem." Me and homeboy was super cool too. We were super cool, and we met on Tuesday. I was supposed to call him that Tuesday. We met on Wednesday. I was supposed to call him that Wednesday. Didn't call him. Got busy. I said, I'm gonna call homeboy on Thursday. Didn't call him on Thursday. And I said, damn, I was gonna call him. Didn't call him on Friday. Saturday morning, I said, I'm gonna call him right now. See how he doing. I called him Saturday morning. He died Friday. That shit fucked me up. His wife answered the phone crying. He died Friday morning. Blah 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 blah. And I felt so fucking bad because I was supposed to call that brother and just see how he was doing. At least hear his voice. And too many people, man, life is too short to be taking this shit for granted. And if you think about somebody, call that brother, man. I do it all the time. If I think about you, I'm gonna call you. If you're on my call list, I'm gonna call you. Okay. That's why I respond to emails. That's why I respond to my comments. I respond to emails. I just do that, man. I like communicating, and we got too many devices in our pockets not to be able to communicate on a regular basis. Also, everybody in the chat room, do me a favor. Go to your Play Store or Apple Store and download my app. I have an app called the Compton Entertainment Chamber app. And what that is, when I start doing stuff, we'll be posting it. It automatically send you a push notification of what's going on around the city of Compton with me and whoever else I'm working with. Also, tomorrow night, CSUN, the documentary will be screening in CSUN. Anybody out in the Valley, we'll be at CSUN. It's free. Me and the professor and a few other folks will be out there showing the Compton Love, Eva to Dark from Compton to the Super Bowl documentary tomorrow. Then next week, after that, we'll be in Santa Monica College. Anybody in Santa Monica area, we'll be in Santa Monica College showing the documentary again. And oh shit, I forgot to. Oh my God, we got so caught up in niggerverse, I forgot to come back home. Shit.
Drizzle, 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 drone. Time for this one to come home.
The documentary got accepted to the Rome Hip Hop Cinema Fest. The Eve After Dark documentary was accepted to the Rome Hip Hop Cinema Fest. It's in May. All right. Now that's some hell of a shit. We made the first round, which is an online round. They play all the videos, and everything that gets accepted goes to the finals, and that's an in-person situation. So your boy may be going to Rome, folks. Looking like we may be going to Rome. Okay. I got the call yesterday. We were accepted in the Rome Hip Hop Sin Fest. Dude, I'm stoked like a son of a bitch. Well, I just got stuck in the niggerverse.
if you need an assistant, I'll pay my own way, dog. That's all I'm gonna say.
You ain't said nothing but something to do. But
man.
Bring the camera through the show. Oh, I got one more question, Dusty.
Yo.
If we wanted to move the show from Tuesday to Monday or Wednesday, would that be a problem for you?
Not at all. Not at all. I work from home now, so I'm good. I'm pretty good. I'm good, man.
I'm considering that simply because as the president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce, there's a lot of things happen. The city council meetings on Tuesdays. That's where I had to go today. I got some proclamations and some proposals to submit to the city, and they're on Tuesday, so I may have to consider moving the show. But I tell you what, as I see right now, we still have the same amount of people. Everybody's in notification mode on the app, on the channel. So we started an hour later. We still didn't lose anybody. So that means we got some solid folks. Much love to all y'all, because we didn't tell y'all we were gonna start an hour early. We just did, and y'all still showed up. Much love to you. So we may be changing the date, or from time like I did with Joe, something with Dre. Sometimes I'm on Thursday, sometimes I'm on Friday, depending on what's going on. But if you download the app, you'll be able to know a lot faster. Also, check this out. Dusty, put this in the chat room for me, man. 424 636 8141. 424 363 363.
Hold on. Let me delete that one. Hold up. Remove. Boom. I don't want anybody to get confused. All right. 424
363 8141. And then in the text message, type the word, the name Lonzo, and you'll be on my text message as well. So we'll be
Lonzo or Alonzo?
Lonzo, Lonzo.
Okay, cool.
424-363-8141. Text Lonzo to that number right there, and you'll be on my text chat. So wherever I'm at, if I'm in your town, whatever the case may be, we can communicate and keep you up what's going on. All right.
Everybody put that in your phone right now before we head out of here. Lonzo, it's always a pleasure, man. I look forward to these Tuesdays, and I'll see you next week, man.
Much love, folks. We see you when we see you. Peace.